Good morning, I'm Heidi Glaus. There's a new coffee table book on store shelves that dives into the history of the Central West End. Dana Dean sat down with the local author and learned a bunch of fun facts. Like what?
Hey, Heidi, by the way, this book weighs 5.2 pounds, so I'm getting a workout just holding it. Did you know that there was this beautiful, gigantic mansion where the Chase Park Plaza is now? Check that out. I learned that in this book. A lot of cool facts. Here are some others. It took local author Candace O'Connor 1 year to write her 13th book called Renaissance, A History of the Central West End.
I think my husband didn't see me for months at a time, but it was a very interesting effort. I enjoyed it, but it kept me up late at night.
In her coffee table book, Candace takes readers back, way back to 1875.
It's mostly farmland, but basically you would never recognize this as the Central West End.
But then the 1904 World's Fair happened.
Without the fair, I don't know what this area would have become. Because the developers were trying to build fancy neighborhoods to show off St. Louis.
The flight cage was a centerpiece of the fair.
The flight cage at the St. Louis Zoo is a very popular attraction there even today, but the Smithsonian Institution built it for the fair as their exhibit. They spent $17,500 on building it.
Candace also writes about a special spot that's a parking lot at the intersection of West Pine and Kings Highway.
There have been some headlines recently about a new development that's going to take place. People have called the Stacked Cups building. But previously on that site, there was a hotel built in time for the World's Fair. It was called the Buckingham, and it was the swanky hotel of its day. And it had a state-of-the-art ventilating system that allowed them to use the advertising slogan, the coolest place in the city.
And you can't have a book on the history of the Central West End without writing about the Chase Park Plaza.
With the Chase, you have to think of the Chase Hotel and the Park Plaza, which have been linked. They were linked by Harold Koppler in the 1950s, but originally they were separate places.
It's not all about the past. She writes about one of the new institutions in the area, the World Chess Hall of Fame.
World Chess Hall of Fame moving to Central West End was a wonderful, wonderful coup for this neighborhood.
A book that lets you discover the Central West End's rich history, one page at a time. And you can find the book at Left Bank Books in the CWE, the Book House, Missouri History Museum, down by the station, some Barnes and Noble stores, and also on readypress.com. I mean, this woman is fascinating, and like you could talk to her all day. She has so many stories, Heidi. So yeah, pick up this book if you can lift it.
That is cool. I love St. Louis history.
Yeah, and the Central West End is so iconic.
Yeah, thanks, Dana. Bill